Hey everyone, Thornton Smash here, and today I'm going to go over whether or not the Blisk leak that was done by Bias12 is fake and why there seems to be some misinformation on him regarding a couple other YouTubers that are covering it. So let's go ahead and dive into that. As always, we got to go over who was first, and that was One Punch Man. Congratulations. Now, let's take a look at some of the information we have. So the first thing to go over is that there was a leak that most of you are aware of by now by Bias12, which shows some playtest footage, which obviously shows the Titan being dropped in, along with some of his tasks and how it will work along with all of that. This was all done by a data miner named Bias12, and what's important to know about data miners is they are the most reliable source of news information other than devs themselves for Apex Legends. These guys always get the information out first, and Bias12, along with a couple others, tend to be 90% right when it comes to leaks. These guys put their reputations on the line to give us this information, and like I said, no one other than them are more reliable unless it's an Apex dev themselves, and even then, Apex devs don't always tell us the truth. But let's go ahead and look at what really causes a lot of this confusion. Now, let's go into the first bit of proof that we have that Blisk is coming to the game. As you can see in this image, this is a leaked file of the current Legends along with what is going to be on the roster for upcoming seasons. This is all the way back in Season 6 boosted, as you can see in the top of the image. If you look all the way at the bottom, you can see Horizon and Fuse right there. Now, we know that in Season 6, we didn't have Horizon and Fuse, so this seems to be very, very accurate in predicting what Legends we will be getting in the game, as they've done so already with 2 of them. Now, if you look above Fuse and Horizon, you'll see Valk, who's another speculated Season 9 Legend, but who is right next to Valk? That's Blisk. So Blisk is someone they are planning on putting into the game, or at least had ideas of doing as recently as Season 6. So one, it seems very, very likely that we are getting Blisk very soon, along with the leaks from Bias12, and that it really fits in with everything that's been leaked so far. Now, along with that leaked image and Bias12's video showing Blisk and his abilities, what is the reasoning people are having that Blisk is not coming? Well, let me go ahead and show you some tweets according to a very large Apex Legends news reporter and why he doesn't think it's coming. And let me go ahead and break down each individual reason why they're wrong and why this doesn't really seem to be the case. So it's very important to understand the context of why these rumors are circulating. There's a very popular Apex Legends YouTuber who covers news for Apex Legends, and recently he was suspended for 7 days on his PlayStation account, and he went on Twitter to go ahead and complain about it. Now, from here on the Twitter feed, Bias12, the data miner we spoke about and who did the leak, said, I mean, at least it isn't a hardware ban. Then all hell broke loose. That YouTuber then goes ahead and gets very personally upset over the fact that Bias12 only wished it wasn't a hardware ban and that he got off lucky. So for whatever reason, this YouTuber then decides to say, hey, that leak you did, it's a complete fake. I'm going to go ahead and tell everyone that follows me it's a complete fake, and I'm going to give reasons why, and we're going to show why those are very, very bad reasons. The YouTuber then goes ahead and decides to actually tweet out that the Blisk leak that people thought was legit, but a few things got overlooked, and the reason why it's not real is the fact that the health bar was cropped out not to show who the real Legend was. That is completely 100% true that it is cropped out, but the reasoning there is very, very poor. Obviously, this is leaked from inside the dev team or someone who has access to these files that isn't supposed to go ahead and share this. They don't want to give away their username, because if they go ahead and record that, they will get sued and have a huge legal issue with Respawn, as that is obviously a violation of an NDA. They cannot put that information out there for the internet to see, so why would they record their username for everyone to go ahead and find out who they really are? The next statement he says is that they show a frame of Lifeline's package, and that is what's calling it in. Of course, this is a game where they have to go ahead and generate a ton of assets, and maybe they have not designed yet what the exact asset of what the dropship for the Titan is going to look like, and they just simply want to test out how the Titan will function in the firing range, which makes a ton of sense. So the best way to go ahead and do that is to use an existing asset they already have, such as Lifeline's care package, drop that in, and then experiment with how the Titan looks and feels on the map. That's completely normal. I don't know why he would come to the line of thinking that, oh, because they use Lifeline's care package, it obviously has to be fake. That makes no sense, again, whatsoever. And the last thing he states here is that there are abilities already said not to come. Those abilities are seen in this image right here. Pilot Kit, which can hack survey beacons using his data knife, and he can also wall run My Ring, My Rules, where he creates a damaging zone powered by the arena's ring, and Standby for Titanfall, which is the image and video that we've seen from Bias 1-2. It's important to note here that at the top it says Season 7 Ascension, so these are things that were worked on in the past, and they could very well change. Now, he's referring to the wall running as something that will not be coming to the game, but let's go over what devs have said in the past. Now, the devs have a tendency sometimes to go back on their previous statements. The thing you can see right here is the first person asks history name once they've entirely gone against their own statements. Then we get a good list here. We want abilities to be more utility focused, not damage focused. Then they made fuses tactical. We don't want to absolutely butcher Strong Legends without granting some kind of compensation. They then butchered Caustic without giving him any kind of compensation, which you all are aware of. Then the one recently where they've gone in the past and Blisk is leaked to have wall running and a Titan. So if that goes through, that's a double whammy of them ignoring their own statements, which we're going over right here. Not to mention someone below that says Season 4 blue bins are just a bug. Then they added in the system override event, and well, the rest is history. If you guys didn't know, Lifeline can use blue bins and open more items. The YouTuber then goes on to show another tweet where he says, I don't think a legend which is said to never come as well as his abilities that will never come is somehow coming. Well, once again, we got to go look at that first image I showed you guys. It seems pretty evident that they are thinking about adding Blisk along with Valk. That isn't to say that Blisk is going to be the Season 9 legend over Valk. It could very well be. Season 9 is Valk, and we're just getting some early footage of what we can be expecting for maybe Season 10, which is the anniversary. But to make all these baseless claims that this is the reason it's not coming just because you're having a personal feud with a data miner, and once again, I've got to say, data miners are way more to be trusted than someone who just takes what the data miners say and then reports on it. At the end, he goes ahead and tells everyone, this is why I'm telling you, you all have your hopes up for it to release, but it won't ever come. Can't change that no matter how much you want it. And this is just irresponsible for a person that has a community of the size that they do. You are confusing so many people with this information. You don't have anyone that works on the dev team. You don't know any more than the data miners do. In fact, you know less than the data miners do, as most of your content is generated from them. You cannot make claims and confuse the Apex Legends community. You have to look at all the proof and all the evidence and not go ahead and make baseless claims because you're having an issue with one of the data miners. That's really irresponsible and really inappropriate for an Apex Legends community. Your job is to report the news. Do that. At the end of the day, like I said, Blisk may not be the Season 9 legend. It's just something they're working on. We could very well be getting Valk or Seer or Ash or any of the numerous ones that have been posted because we haven't had any confirmation yet from a dev. But to say that Blisk isn't being worked on and that this leak is fake is absolutely atrocious and really shouldn't be believed by anyone because it just doesn't line up with all the facts presented by the community. So at the end of the day, it's up to you guys to decide what you want to believe and what you think is actually coming and what's not coming, and we just have to wait to see all that information put out there for us. But do let me know in the comments, do you think Blisk is coming with everything that's been shown? What is your opinion on it? And what are you looking forward to in Season 9 of Apex Legends? Until next time, guys, keep slaying in the Outlands, and I'll see you out there.